You know that you we take a second, we reflecting with the light, just like I'm fucking living with them traded to be what now that's right. I got to wait for the delivery of running first. No, I don't wait for it, me and they that already created so they making over people say it's so essential. Mental fiction, they get from this instrumental fiction. We was family, you one they call it spam. I'm not a fan of antichrist, they slay the man. That's why you think like here I am to fly. I say the thing and try to make the commonplace. A different discipline, just the thing is no real freedom. I say it's not no time to act up with the theory. But now one thing in mind to cry and you're the devil turning towards the battle.
Hey, Flock, if you want to see if we can burn some incense, if we got some incense burning, yeah, okay. Когда ще ще робити.
Running like a cat, wanting for trash, raging like cash, yes, I'm holding the cash. Quick to kick it, quick out of house like green bash. Replace it with a tax. Go reside, y'all. Take sort of look like dog be my girl. Pray out along with the man. She's a good my friend. Who get me started calling her to the same rock. Get to the side. Eating with the guy. The knees be ripping out. So we're gonna do this. Cash on the down. She comes to the side. I'm gonna get your sugar and all the time. So we be on the lead. Bitch, what's the one place? Pass it off. Test it over the bricks. Second off. And I think the bricks. When that was all you got. All of that shit. Actively look God. Getting like people getting all black people. Sorry from the bottom. Now we get like the roof. We live in a people. Fuck Martin looped up. We live in the real house. White boys. So make me leave out of people. Girls. No, we have to switch to what you get her like. It's a motherfucking job. Pretty unsafe. Like my head go rock ice and play. Talk about this just like now. Every word, every word. Shit works. Shit works. Shit makes just the works. It's a free way. Like put them in the stockade. Upgrade. Upgrade. Generate. Like it's only living by desire. We accumulate the life of the key. Besides fall. Wanna get without a price. That's things. That's things. That's things.
Never saw a black man. I'm doing it with no what? For the history to say you niggas, I'm checking some niggas, they show me not the same. Get you off the streets, with the seal fully connected to the sink. Understood as a kid, you prostituted as a teen. I want to live the kid dream. They just took me took off my nigga weed brick. We complete and it's always went for confidence. You don't know the truth in the lockdown promise. That is the prophecy. Get to the curse. Killers start killing niggas sitting in church. Black folk forget, but man, this shit is absurd. You should never let your enemy, that shit don't work. Yeah, fuck dying for your knees, you better die glorious. And I took the You think if I beat all the boys, I took a nigga like mine to be recognized. I put in pain every day, it can't be reconciled. I'm my sister a prostitute, my brother got life, and some I still tell the truth. No way, no cowards, no excuse. We fuck the boys, you can't it's no reward. None of the ladies, my I was running last year when I got the truth. I school, classes being held by the shot of my life. I want to be a minister like God. Happens from my brother's word, brotherhood. Actually, you got out this book, my nigga. I can never be no African. You became only authorized African. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in the hell, I ain't got nothing to do. That's another religion. Put it into your heart. Ain't part of the Bible, they gotta help me out. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. Hell for the Lord, and God's name. Wolf and sheep called the Joe Osteen. Please bring it back like loyalty. I'm blessed on my head, breaking all the scared. Check me up the streets, I gotta raise my door. I got brothers at the border ducking ice ages. I got the name change, straight change. My family thought it was a day. I'm all black, they said I was going to a place. It's more of us in jail than the slaves. Told by the Lord, we can never be saved. As soon as they want, the wicked go straight. They let the
If it rains, fly.
Coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the bed. First camp, I cut all my dreads.
Most likely not gonna be in North Carolina. Probably not this next week anyway, because they gotta get their pockets right.
I'm here to this work. You want to serve the Lord here in the Christian church.
Get you alive.
Coming back with the beer, spicy in the background with the blanket hanging. I'm gonna show you right. The Lord is another portion. He requires me to the council. It's here. It's like a kid. He did it. I shouldn't teach you. You might have to show you. Even if you're buying car, I ain't sure that's how you just buy it. It's time to keep it on 20 back. Nigga, I should my soul in the show. You're not a big mistake. Listen, people have to know it. It's all really I'm in the church. Punch. From the girls at the girl. Getting off with the nights at the run with the brothers who going back, no cap, let's do some shopping that's for that. For the cool son, drop loose on the new trash view. I don't want to show like this, shot ain't too son. Throw it back, no cap, let's do some shopping that's for that. For the cool son, drop loose on the new trash view. I don't want to show like this, shot ain't too son. I can just pretend I'm lying, any crime again, I'm telling like a diamond, I just tell you in the time, never telling my retirement, the same, but my dude is flying, if I get it in the sky, I think that I'll have you, my fellas in the bottom, the bridges in the bottom, wobble, taking the city with a truck, cause it's one big kid, it makes you really get from the front to the back, we never stop, I'm never like my day, we come up from the side, if we on the street, freaking heavy, running, from the truck, this is how I'm stripping, and up with the smiles, we move up from the school, just sitting on you nigga, I'm in trouble, you promise that I'm in trouble, shit, rich niggas know all of you, my people, so uncomfortable, I should get to the top, you and me, I'm untouchable, full of y'all, man, both status, 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 full of y'all, man, both status. I'm for the east when I pray, but it's more west. All these camouflage on me, I'm a work it. Now you can take hey, took it and ran with it. Now old me had to die for me to transition. Slowed down to the pandemic. It became an area like a transmission.
You can thank the general, I am the bar. Niggas running out of time like I'm tomorrow. Red cup like late while I'm kind of sore. I'ma leave it with if I draw the slower.
Nigga, it's the color color. Put on all black, it's some rank, I know you solid. She ain't gotta get nigga, she know she poppin'. We was yelling back up way before the virus. Hey, most high Christ, if I like you for a week, you gotta sacrifice you. Staying unaware, niggas go against the ground like they couldn't hear. But I'm a priest of prophet, I gotta teach. You might not get to see me 7 days out the week. You got questions, you got breakdowns. You be care about the spread like a breakout spread. Real views, it's a psych house. Not too many niggas broken, it's a psych crowd. Now I'm let it play out. Yo. You fuck me, niggas fuck me, we been the companies. Yeah, I'm sure, yeah, honey, and he ain't never phone. Find me up at the top with the crown holding. And I've been dropped in the fire and I'm found lonely. Niggas thought we was love, but we was found stolen. We the creator of pop and you the city code. Oh, this a flawless victory. And we gon' run on the Lord for a couple centuries. The shit is victory for me, it's elementary. Schoolmaster, all about my history. You a Christian, lower than a centipede. Water down niggas, I ain't never check my Hennessy. I keep it trill, but you a liability. Grown man, business call it heavy artillery. I keep it trill, but you a liability. Grown man, business call it heavy artillery. I keep it trill, I keep it trill, I keep it trill. You already know what it is, man. There's one way.
Set this phone up and then we can go.
Never trust the bitch born on her birthday.
I'm a shit talker, I got wordplay.
UPK with the shirt say. She never seen a real nigga, this her first day. Should've named it on me, I ain't too slow. I don't like what you spirit, you do me wrong. You ain't the truth, nigga, prove me wrong. For me, type of bitch, I'm really on. Yeah, price going up. It ain't clear the bottle, only you pour it up.
Hey, that Bible right there at the edge, can I get that one? That black one at the edge, the Bible? Yeah, that one right there. What? This 1611.
Oh, I got the we got extra copy.
Snap on everything. Oh, I'm getting the book bag way back there, next to that blue bottle on the floor. It's back there. All the books right there to your right. Right behind you. Behind you. Yep. All right. Get this TikTok. Allow me to get kicked off. Try to keep my UPK vernacular too. Shit. Here we go. My fault. No, it's all good. It's over. It's good. I don't need it. Clap it up. Hey, Shalom Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. We are in Richmond, California, 2213 McDonald Ave for all Blacks, Latinos, and Natives that are interested in finding out the truth about their existence on this planet. We provide every answer to every question you may have about life. All you have to do is type your question in and we can get started. Otherwise, you can come through to our classes 7 to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday. Sabbath service is 10:30 to 11:30 or 12 a.m. Come through, man. Get your culture. April 1st, Raleigh, North Carolina. It's the Lord's 54th annual Passover, man. We're going to be in Raleigh and Durham, North Carolina, man. Getting it on March 29th. Slaughter the Lamb, March 30th. We're going to the largest plantation still standing in America, as well as visiting one of the last remaining Black Wall Streets out there in Raleigh, North Carolina, as well as having an all-Black party. March 31st, 12 Shield General Muhammad is going to be leading a powerful, extremely out of this planet, out of this world scripture breakdown class. April 1st is the Lord's 54th annual Passover. And April 2nd begins the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That's 7 days of unleavened bread in your system. And we're going to be doing more talking about that. All right, more specifically, when it comes to that unleavened bread, you got to just remember everybody that's flying out of the state, you got to make sure to get all your leavened products out of your house. Put them in your trunk, put them in your garage, put them in a closet somewhere that nobody deals with so that, you know, you can be honoring, memorializing our culture. You know what I'm saying? Even though you won't be at home. All right. So with that, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 11. One of the biggest things you see on social media is talking about alpha males, beta males, and alpha females, or, I guess, you know what I'm saying, pick me's, all these different things, man. None of these terms matter. It doesn't matter if you're an alpha or you're a beta, because what does the Lord say about that? The Lord said the lamb and the lion are going to dwell together. So if you're a soft brother, who gives a damn? If you're a tough sister, who gives a damn? There's somebody tougher than you. You understand? And there's also somebody compassionate enough to make you who you need to be in life. You know what I'm saying? Not a pushover. You know what I'm saying? If you're a man, we'll show you how to be a man. If you're a woman, we'll show you how to be a woman. You understand? But you're only going to find that out truthfully in the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. Hey, Shalom. How about Shemel Shabbat? What's on Christ, Mother? Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and share. ISUBK NorCal on YouTube, Oakland Israelite, on Instagram and Facebook, Sacramento Israelites on Facebook, Instagram, as well as YouTube. All of those social medias, man. We're everywhere. Just type in on ISUPK. You want them just doing that. All right. So let me catch up to you.
13 and 11.
1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 11. No sweat, we'll do. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, 13 and verse 11. Go ahead, soldier.
Okay. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13 and verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child.
When I was a child, I spake as a child. Now that's double, all right? Well, a child thinks about childish things, right? He or she talks about things that they only care about, right? Like Robux. You know who don't care about Robux? Me.
Right.
But you know who loves Robux? All of my children, right? You understand? That's the same thing with adults. A lot of adults are children. What's the biggest proof? This is the biggest proof that adults are children. You ain't got to get it right, but if you get this one, it is simple. I'm just saying it's the biggest one to let you know adults are just grown babies.
They celebrated birthday.
That is it. That is the biggest sign that adults are damn children.
Right.
Because you know,
forward to it.
right.
Can't wait.
They be telling people about it in advance. Oh, my birthday coming up when?
Right.
Next month. Damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you gotta tell us in advance? What you want? You want me to put it on a wish list so I go to Target and get you something like at a baby shower or a wedding ceremony or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Y'all be caught up on your birthday. Then some of them go so far as say it's my birthday week. All week, you know, month. They get their girls and they go out of town and they just act wild as hell. You know what I'm saying? Even and you know, it don't matter if you're rich or poor because being a poor kid growing up, I didn't get nothing for my birthday, so it was easy for me to give it up. But some people be the same poor, and they be like, no, when I get older, I'ma celebrate every birthday. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just a child. You know what I'm saying? You do childish things. You think and you talk like a child. Whereas a grown up is like, why do I need to remember my birth? Matter of fact, the older you get, you start to forget anyway.
Right.
Let alone want to remember it. Like, dang, right, oh man, I'm just another year on this damn rock. Ain't nothing changed. I'm still oppressed. You know what I'm saying? I still ain't making the money I want to make. I'm still dealing with these devils and these biats. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, society is getting more crummy and corrupt. Why you want to remember another year, the next year? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But as an adult, you think about adult things. All right, go ahead, keep reading, Mother Michelle.
Okay. I understood as a
I
child.
understood as a child, meaning your reasoning is as a child, right? I just saw a video of a family in child support court, and they just went off for some reason. You know, they was yelling at each other, and they just went off. You could tell when they just switched, and they just started fighting inside the child support court in front of a judge, as if that is like this is not the time to let people know you gangster. You don't take nothing.
And the police is right there.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, but your understanding is that of a child. Like, I gotta represent. You know, another thing that's like that is gangs. Gangs are very childish because y'all really killing and fighting over a color.
And if I may,
Yeah,
sir, it's heavy that you say that gangs is childish because a lot of brothers actually join gangs for the camaraderie of having friends.
Mm-hmm.
And like they just want to be around their homeboys and want to be part of something
Yeah.
like a club or a clique. And that's basically what a gang is,
Yeah.
but it's just attached with violence and you know. And yeah, you're right, sir.
Absolutely. When you could go like, oh man, it's only sad that today's gangs they go into. I would consider the Black Panther Party a gang too. Like today's gangs, they go into drug dealing and harassing people when a gang is usually a good 10 plus people.
Right.
That's a business.
Right.
Y'all ain't got to do no wickedness in the street.
Right.
Y'all could resell Nikes from China.
Right.
Get your own damn, like gangs could do so much more than what they do, but usually people get initiated in gangs when they're children.
Yeah.
So they just, that mentality, that complex never changes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep going.
Sir. Sluggy. I thought as a child, but when I became a man,
But when I grew up, go ahead.
I put away childish things.
I put away childish things. You know what I'm saying? That ain't talking about sagging. You know what I'm saying? I'll sag to this day, man. That's not what determines whether I'm an adult or not. You know what I'm saying? Wearing big clothes and not wanting to wear tight things. That is not what determines me becoming a man. What determines me becoming a man is read that second part.
Sir. I put away childish things.
That's how you know you become a man.
Right.
When you put away childish things. And a lot of your demons are childish. They're childish things. Your demon didn't just pop up yesterday.
Right.
That demon been with you for years and years, and that's what you're really trying to put away. Right. Not so much anything else but that. You want that familiar spirit. Why is it familiar? Because you've known it for so long.
Right.
Oh man, I've been struggling with this since I was 13 years old. How old are you now? Going on 53. Damn, 40 years, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you got to put away so you can actually become a man. You know what I'm saying? And in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we help you put that away. Hey, shalom, how about Shema Shabbat? You know what I'm saying? Like being a boy or being a child and being a man, it's the type of thing that you're never really learning in the streets.
Right.
All right. In the world, you're not learning how to communicate.
Right.
You're not learning how to think. You're not learning how to operate. You're learning to do what feels good to you.
Right.
And unfortunately, because of the way the internet is, you're spewing your ignorance to everybody, and it becomes the status quo. You know what I'm saying? I think the little brother, Lil Nas X, he just he said I think he has a picture of a woman, and he said that he said to the trans community he's fully transferred, and it was clearly a woman, or somebody digitally did his face and made him look like a woman. He had to turn around and apologize to that, and the trans community was like, that wasn't a good enough apology. You're gonna have to do all these things. Like, you gotta be a damn fool to give a damn about a community of confused men and women and think that they matter in your day-to-day life. You know what I'm saying? When they don't, I don't give a damn what any community feels about me. You know what I'm saying? I can easily gird my tongue and I say something that I shouldn't say. You understand? But to apologize is like a child. Children apologize for everything. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. No, I meant to. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, that made me think of another script before we go to the next one. Give me Job. I believe it's chapter 40. Which one comes first? That's funny. Coming to school, sis, you can see more than abs. Where is that? Job chapter. Let me see. Chapter 41. Is it Job chapter 41? Oh, this old English. Where he said, gird thy loins like a man. It might be 40, like I was looking. Yeah. Start with you get started at verse 6.
40 and 6.
40 and 6.
Okay. This is the book of Job, chapter 40 and verse 6. Then answered Yahweh unto Job out of the whirlwind and said,
do you know what the whirlwind is? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a flying saucer. You understand? An angel came down before Job, and you know how a whirlwind is. That's loud. You know what I'm saying? It's noise. You understand? The Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind. Go ahead.
And said, gird up thy loins now like a man.
Like a what?
Like a man.
Like a what?
Like a man.
Like a boy.
Like a man.
Like a child.
Like a man.
You gotta gird up your loins like a man. What are black men famous for, right? Grabbing our stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's where your loins is at. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is like, gird up thy loins like a man. Now, not in the exact way, but your loins is your midsection. You understand? Pull yourself together.
Right.
You understand? Like a man. Keep going.
I will demand of thee and declare thou unto me.
The Lord said, I will demand of thee and declare unto me. I'm gonna ask you something, and you're gonna give me an answer. You understand? The Lord told Job, stop your bitching. You understand? Stand up on your 10 toes and get yourself together. I'm gonna ask you some things, and I want answers from you. You understand? That's how you talk to a man. That's what the Lord required of Job. He wasn't dealing with Job like he was a child.
Right.
All that talking that Job, when you read all the chapters, you know, Job trying to not so much defend himself, but Job was making himself blameless instead of at least considering that something could be him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all his friends came to him and said, well, maybe it was this, maybe it was that. And Job was like, well, what the hell you mean it was this and it was that? I've done this and I do that. Isn't this how the Lord does with? He didn't want to just take some accountability.
Right.
You understand? You damn right, Matham. Yeah. And birthdays are absolutely part of the LGBTQIA plus community, man. Yeah. Because I mean, what's the point? You know how weird that is to have people. It's even the worst is a surprise birthday. Oh my God. Oh my God. You got grown people in a dark room. This is the worst part. The friends say, hey, you know what? Hey, go tell Karak, take Karak somewhere else real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just make something up. Tell them we're gonna be over at this place, man, at the school. We're gonna get it all set up. We're gonna put streamers up. We're gonna put happy birthday, Karak, and that number of age he is. And then say, oh snap, I forgot something at the school. Let's go there and pick it up. And then we'll be in there in the dark. And then when he come in, we'll yell, surprise! Like that is.
The daughter that
I'm trying to tell you.
the daughter of a grown man going through all that to oh man.
This is the worst part. This is the worst part. You know what day your birthday is.
Right.
So when your friends is doing this, you're like, okay, so I gotta actually go along with this. And a lot of women, they'll go along with it. Okay. Man, I remember they got that one video at a surprise party. This one dude, he had the strap on him. He pulled it out. He was like, everybody about to get lit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a man. That was a man moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't do this. The only reason he even dealt with it because you know he didn't celebrate his things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was ready to go.
Right.
Because he like, if somebody's in my house, and I don't know about him, that's an intruder.
Look, sir, I could be in the kitchen. If one of my kids walk downstairs unannounced, I'm gonna turn around like, hey man, you better announce yourself.
God.
That is not that ain't safe for you.
Yeah.
That is not safe for you at all.
You understand? So the Lord is dealing with Job and saying, like, look, gird your loins up like a man. I'm going to demand some answers to my questions. Because I've been listening to how you've been talking,
right,
how you've been thinking, how you've been acting. I need to figure out I need to figure out if you the man that I believe you are. Because if you know about Job, the Lord was backing Job up.
Yes.
Satan was like, man, I bet you take that hedge away from around him, he'll curse you to your face.
Right.
He's like, you might have tried everybody, but you ain't tried Job. He ain't gonna do that. You understand? So from there, let's get Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. Anybody, if you have questions? Okay, no questions, just comments. Right. So I'll tell you this, Christian people. The thing that you have to understand is your pastor has lied to you your whole life, your whole parents' life, your grandparents. You don't know anything about the Bible because no one's ever taught you the Bible. So when you actually hear the Bible, it's you want to put your fingers in your ear or you think it's craziness when I'm teaching you straight out of the survival scrolls. You know what I'm saying?
So what you just said was so heavy, and this is on topic, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Christians hate hearing the Bible because it don't make them feel good, like a child. You understand? Like
yeah, like a damn child. Children hate when you chastise them, man.
Right.
And what's the first letter of children? A C, just like the damn Christians. Children. That's what y'all are. I ain't even call y'all Christians no more. Y'all children. Most High grace. Yeah, y'all just some children. All right. Let's get Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
So based on that scripture, who you became as an adult, being in that church your whole life, that Roman Catholic church,
right.
You know what I'm saying, that mosque, wherever you go to worship, if society changes and you change with society, then that's what that church taught you. Yeah, right. Your place of worship taught you to just go with the flow. And how do you know that? What's the big thing that children, aka Christians, say when you tell them that we have to keep the law? You understand? Like they say something about the law. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just give it to you.
Okay.
They say, do we keep God's laws or do we keep the laws of the land?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they'll put when they make that comparison to the keeping the law, or saying, well, were you talking about keeping the law, but what about the laws of the land?
Right.
Don't the Bible say we got to keep the laws of the land? What you're saying is that if America changes, you'll change right with America, which means that that church that you go to, or that place of worship you go to every weekend, every Saturday, every Sunday, wherever you go, is not teaching you how to serve God.
Right.
They're teaching you the culture of the nation you live in.
Right.
So church is just America 101.
And what you saying, sir, if I may,
Yeah,
what you
absolutely.
saying is so heavy, right? Because when Christ was on the scene, he said, look, man, y'all gotta be like one of these children.
Yeah.
Meaning you gotta come back into the mind frame of being a child,
Right.
but learning the truth.
Right.
Instead of what you learned in this church or from these Sadducees and these Pharisees.
Yeah.
And it just hit it right on the head for me, sir, when you brought up this scripture, because it's like, okay, bring a child up in the way that he should go, and he won't depart from it.
Right.
Now, we've all been trained in Christianity some form of fashion. But if we take heed to what Christ said and become as new children and learn in this truth, and you'll never leave this truth.
Yeah, straight up.
Man, that was
Hey, most of them Christ, you know what I'm saying? Which you just made me think of that scripture where Christ says, suffer not the little children not to come before me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, when you're dealing with the scriptures, just because you see a word, your thought is carnal. You're not seeing the spirit. A child, like we brought up in 1 Corinthians, and not only is a child an actual kid, but Paul said when he was a child, he thought like a child. He did the things of a child, and he was grown saying these things.
Right.
Because that is how you are. You're a grown up, you're a baby boy or a baby girl.
Right.
You have not been educated in that place that you worship. I'm trying to tell you, I'll show you. You can bring these scriptures to your pastor, and I'm trying to tell you, he doesn't know any of them. He wouldn't even give you the time of day to break this down. You understand? Because they want you to be dumb. You understand? A church is like, it's like it's like the Matrix. The church is really the Matrix. It's the farm. It's where you go and you find out that when you wake up from it, you see they just sticking a little thing in the back of your head and taking out your nutrients, man.
Right.
But you're being farmed in it. You're being raised, trained up to be children, not being trained to be grown-ups. You know what I'm saying? Let's read that one again from the top.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
So have you departed from the ways in which you were trained? I know I did.
Right.
I absolutely departed from the ways that I was raised. You know what I'm saying? How was that, man? I was trained horribly, man. Right. The way I was raised, I would never sleep with a black woman because the way my mama was. You know, I would definitely pimp black women. From what I saw around me in my community, I tried to sell drugs. I was horrible at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I would have become a horrible person if I kept on the course of the way that I was raised. But thanks be to the Lord, the scriptures say the prophets are subject unto the prophets. Right. So that means that in a former life, I was a prophet of the Lord. And I came back finally. I finally woke up and was like, oh man, I'm supposed to be doing something with this book. Not using it as something to put my cups on.
Right.
Not to keep my door open.
Not for decoration.
Yeah, no, not especially the big ones. Oh man, you got the big old thick Bible. We had a big old thick Bible. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You open that thing up, man. White people up in that thing. It's pictures in the Bible.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? White people. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even look at that. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at the words, you know what I'm saying? Because the Lord was like, yeah, don't worry about these pictures. You're going to find out very shortly that this is trash. You know what I'm saying? But most of us, we departed from the way we were raised but to the left hand,
Right.
not to the right hand to serve the Lord. We departed to go further south. It's like, oh snap! So we see the LGBTQIA plus members in the choir, and then we accept them everywhere else. We don't say, well, that's wrong because of the book. We just say, hey, they play some good music, and then we go and have them do our hair, do our nails, design our homes, put clothes on our back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we allow a destroyed person to lead a destroyed lifestyle, because that building that you go to every weekend isn't teaching you a damn thing, man. All right. So from there, let's go to the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30 and verse 3. For those who don't know, the Apocrypha is what is, I think it's about 16 books of the Bible that were taken out through all of the multiple councils of Nicaea, in which the Roman Catholic Church and traitor Israelite Pharisees and Sadducees came together and decided that these books need to be taken out of the Bible because they reveal a lot of truths about our oppressors that are absolutely just, it'll change your life if you ever read them. All right. Salakia, Ecclesiasticus chapter 30. Let me get in verse 3. Go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30 and verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
Woo-wee. Who is the enemy? This is what you don't know. Your enemy is not a brother or sister that looks just like you. Your enemy is every nation that is not so-called black, so-called Latino, or so-called native. Everybody else is your enemy. Read that again from the top.
Okay. He that teacheth his son.
If you teach your son or daughter, that's another thing you don't understand about the Bible either. Just because it says son, that doesn't mean it's just for your son all the time. It's all about context. All right, let me see this. Okay, keep going.
Okay. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
If you teach your son to serve the Lord, you are going to grieve your enemies, who are the other nation. You're going to grieve the Asians. You're going to especially going to grieve the Jewish man.
Right.
Because what's going to happen at Passover? we're gonna be in the airport. I'm gonna be rocking this big old shield in the airport until they tell me, all right, you got to put that in the bag. I'm gonna be all right, let me take it off. But they're gonna say, oh man, are you Jewish? I'll be like, no, I'm a Jew. Oh man, yeah. What do you mean? Well, you know, blacks, Latinos, and natives, we are the 12 tribes of Israel. Oh, I'm Jewish too. What tribe you from? Judah. You know, it's 12 tribes. So it's y'all all from Judah.
Right.
Oh man, well, hey, you know what? It's good to see. And that's usually when the conversation ends.
Right.
If you go any further, I'm like, yeah, y'all gonna go into slavery for what y'all done to. And then they don't want to talk anymore. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you grieve your enemies, because what this place has done is stripped you of this is your identity. Your identity is a blank sheet of paper. You don't even know who the hell you are. You're just walking around trying to get by in America. You've been stripped of it. You know what I'm saying? But the minute you start filling the pages with words, with understanding, and they realize, oh, snap. Oh, this mother, he knows who he is. She knows who she is. Man, you grieve them, because then they know that means their empire about to fall. Because, man, you know who didn't know they was Israelites to the point of making a grandstand? Harriet Tubman.
Right.
She knew she was a Jew. She knew she was an Israelite, but she didn't have the power. The society didn't give her the authority to command that. What was they doing back then? Our oppressor was blotting our eyes out. You understand? If they were, and don't think blot the way you think blot, they were doing it in the most cruel ways. They was probably squeezing your eyes with a pincher. Some of them probably tried to grab it out with their hands. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If not, burn them out. They was cutting our tongue off. Now, don't think about scissors the way you think of scissors. They was making you stick your tongue out. That's different. That's a whole different thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Remember that Birth of a Nation movie? The part I cried. I ain't gonna lie. I wept when I saw them forcing them brothers' teeth out of their mouth.
Right.
Oh man, the fury.
Then they had to use other brothers to do it.
And the thought process to hurt your own people, especially when you don't want to, but your life matters more to you than their life. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that we have suffered in this place, you know what I'm saying, to keep us from knowing who we are is ridiculous. You know how you can't remember a phone number right now?
Right.
Because it's saying on your phone. There was a time when a child would remember both of these pages.
Right.
You know how many words is on here? And we would go into a cave, put on a headpiece, and then we would go to that little boy and say, now, what's the verse? Oh, it's Ecclesiasticus chapter 29. I'm gonna read from verse 1 to 28. Boom. And we would sit there intently and we would get all of that. You understand? Like that's what we had to do. And if Massa found out what we was doing, if they didn't lynch you or tie you to a tree and whip stripes on your back, who knows what worse they can do in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we've gone through. That's the lengths that they've gone through to us and not know who we are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna grieve your enemy when you find out, oh damn, he's light skinned. I would have never thought he would know. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the smooth taste fool you. A lot of light skinned niggas is worse than the dark skin.
They have to be. Sir.
We got man.
They have to be.
We gotta try harder. We gotta let them know, man. Hey, I should have been born dark skinned, you know. But I guess the Lord had a different plan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's read verse.
We'll start from three.
Yeah, let's do 3 again.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30 and verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
Man, but your friends, you be like, damn, man, that's my boy right there, man. Look at him, got that headpiece on, rocking that meat tree, got that shit on. Look at them fringes, man. Them fringes be flowing in the wind. Put it right here. Wow, look at that, man. It's glorious. You know what I'm saying? Looking like Macho Man Randy Savage. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna give your father joy.
Right.
But his enemies gonna make him like, damn, another one of them. Keep going.
Okay, sorry, verse 4. Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he hath left one behind him that is like himself.
You understand? That's how you build a man. You build a man by replicating yourself into your seeds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like General Muhammad said all the time, I'm parroting what Commanding General Yohana has taught me, and he's parroting what the 7 heads taught him. That's all this is. This ain't no new breakdown. You might have just found out about this today, but nothing that we're talking about is brand new. If there was a way for me to unfilter all of this, I would rather y'all just speak your mind. I don't care if you got a problem with it. Go ahead, you know what I'm saying? But please share this room before you bounce, man. Don't just come through and bounce. Share the room. All right. So when it's all said and done, that's what you want to do. That's your legacy. You can't control what your child does once you're gone, but what you want to at least build in him is what was in the prodigal son. Right. The prodigal son said to his father, look, man, I don't want to wait for my inheritance. I want it now. He went in the world, spent it all, messed it all up, and found out, damn, I'm over here in the field picking up pig poop.
Right.
When my brothers and my father got a kingdom over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that child, he found out the hard way. You know what I'm saying? But he knew, look, I could come back to my father. And coming back, he realized, like, yeah, my father did build something in me. Right. He built something in me. I didn't have to just strike out in the world. I knew where I was supposed to come back to. You know what I'm saying? And that's most all children, right? Most all children hate you growing up. But then when they get to, I don't know what age it is. For me, it was like
15.
Yeah. For me, it was like 22 or something. Like I had a moment with my father. He came, like I was with my stepdad, and my mom and my stepdad was fighting. and my dad came through. I was 14. I had a little laminated picture on my wall that said my name, my last name, and then my stepfather's last name. And he came in the room. He looked at it. He looked at me. He said, "You'll get over that." And I didn't understand at 14. But you fast forward, I got older. I said, I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. Your children, they figure it out later, like, oh, he wasn't being mean to me. You know what I'm saying? He really had my best interest at heart. And that's gonna be a wild day when my children come up to me and be like, you know what, Dad, thank you. I really thought she was really against me, but she was thinking about me the whole time. They might see me cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, little nigga. Keep it pushing. All right. Keep reading verse 5.
Okay. While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him.
Man, that's my boy, man. Keep going.
And when he died, he was not sorrowful.
You know what? I ain't even mad I'm leaving because I know you're going to do the right thing. Just, keep it strong. Keep them laws, statutes, and commandments. Raise your children to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. And I'll be back in the reincarnation.
Right. And
you know what I'm saying?
Too, like that's literally what Moses told Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what Mattathias told his sons, and so forth and so on. Mm-hmm. And in essence, too, that's what Christ told the disciples at the feast of unleavened bread. Like, look, man, this y'all I'm finna depart from y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to keep this thing going when I taught you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, sir.
And if I may, that's what head priest Ariel told Commander Junior Honda. Look, you know what I'm saying? Said, look, just even if I go off, you don't. You keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? And man, it only take one man. That's the heaviest part, man.
Right.
One man has always been how the Lord saves the nation.
Right.
Every time we've ever been saved, it was one man. It's never been multiple. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody can't give up at the same time. It's like a relationship, right? You and your woman, y'all can't both give up at the same time. If y'all both give up at the same time, that's usually when the relationship is dead. All right, let's keep going. We're going down to verse 8. Keep with verse 6.
He left behind him an avenger against his enemy.
An avenger against his enemy, meaning when you're a father or when you become an old man, you're not as good as strong as you used to look. You understand? He said it looked like a Def Jam character. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Fight for NY. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it's supposed to be. You in your youth, you strong.
Right.
But when you get old and frail and your son got to carry you and bathe you and take care of you, and you about to pass, he's strong. You know what I'm saying? He's able to continue your legacy. That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And you should know, like, you should feel good knowing, like, I'm going on to my fathers.
Right.
But I know my son is not going to depart from the lifestyle, the culture, the cult of being an Israelite. You going?
Kind. And one that shall requite kindness to his friends.
Right, meaning he's gonna be kind to his father's friends. He's gonna treat them as though they were his uncles,
right,
his brothers, say, and know that they're also aged men.
Right.
And say, and give them honor and reverence. And say, look, Father want me to do y'all, and I'm gonna do y'all, and I'm gonna keep his business going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know his business feeds y'all families. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like a lot of children, right? Their father might have a barbershop. You know what I'm saying? And then the father died. Taught the son how to cut hair. Son cut hair good as heck. But he want to go off and do some other stuff. So he'll put 6 other barbers' lifestyles in jeopardy. He won't even sell it to them. He'll be like, nope, I want all this money. You know what I'm saying? And now they out. But not this son. This son is gonna say, no, I'm gonna keep the barbershop. Much like Ice Cube. Right. In that movie Barbershop. Right. Like, no, I'm gonna keep what my dad had going because I know it puts food on y'all tables. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just caught up on me. That's the type of son you want. You don't want a selfish son, you want a selfless son. All right, keep going.
Okay. Verse 7. He that maketh too much of his own son shall bind up his words.
His wounds.
His wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And his bowels will be trouble at every cry.
You understand? Like, you're gonna hurt yourself if you treat your son a certain way. There's a way you can deal with your son that's just gonna make you like, oh man, what did he do now? You get a call at 3 in the morning, you already, I already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is you all the time. When it comes with that type of son, you always binding up your wounds. He always hurting you. Like, oh damn, get the bandage on my head. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a stubborn son. I believe Deuteronomy chapter 21 or 20, it speaks about a certain type of son. You got to stone him. You got to have everybody stone him because that boy is insolent. He don't listen. He's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
And if I may too, sir, that's like it happens too often in the black community with the oppression that our parents received and they parents received. And like my generation, you got a lot of brothers and sisters that grew up without fathers, that grew up without mothers and fathers. You know what I'm saying? And these are the sons that this scripture is talking about.
Yeah.
He always in trouble.
Yeah.
He always got something going on. It's like the parent is dreading getting that phone call again. He's dead.
Oh,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Like,
That's the worst.
and it's so crazy because that's the norm in the black community.
Yeah.
And like and it's so messed up now to where social media is just a part of everybody's life now. So not only are you going to see it with your son, the whole world will see it. And it's
Exactly. And you become a soundbite for some right-wing Tucker Carlson out there.
Right.
Is this how black people act?
Exactly.
From one video, nigga. You can't determine a whole race of people. But since y'all do that to us, I'm definitely gonna do that to y'all.
Exactly. All of y'all must be unalivers.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Robbers.
You're all school shooters,
Exactly.
grocery store shooters, you're all racist.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something, I'm a chief racist. You know what I'm saying? Because I love blacks, Latinos, and natives with all my heart, and I don't love anybody else.
Damn right, son.
Are you that type? Are you the type that just hates the people because they got melanin?
Right.
You the type of you hate because our hair grows and we can defy gravity. You know what I'm saying? You hate that your hair does this, but we can make our hair do that. But if we start putting chemicals in our hair do this. Yeah, is that why you hating us for things that are out of your control? Right. Well, guess what? They out of my control as well. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like your racism isn't really racism. You're just a hater. You know, true racism is when you love your nation above all other nations. You know what I'm saying? That's called nationalism. That's what you dum-dums don't understand. Being nationalistic is what you are. That's what you should be. You know what I'm saying? Not racist. Idiots, man. All right. Let's keep going. Verse 8.
Verse 8. And horse not broken becometh headstrong.
Mm-hmm.
And a child left to himself will be willful.
You understand? What is a willful child? A child that'll try everything. Right. Your child you have to have, your child should fear you more than the streets. You know what I'm saying? If his friends say, hey man, you want to put on a dress with us? He got to be like, no. Because when I get home, if I put on a dress with y'all, I might as well stay out here and live the rest of my life. Because if I walk in the house with lipstick on and a wig, a father is going to do something to me worse than death. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to deal with that lifestyle. That's one thing I like about Richard Pryor. He said he feared his father more than the mafia. You know what I'm saying? That's how it should be. You should be, your son should fear you with a healthy fear, not like even though that kind of happens sometimes, but it should be more of a fear like, no, that's not how my father raised me. I'm not going to do that. You want to smoke a cigarette with us? Ugh, why would I smoke a cigarette? And especially this is the only thing this generation got real good. It doesn't have to really adhere to peer pressure. There's a video I put on my Instagram where the dude was like, What about that lunch money? I need that lunch money. And the dude was like, that sounds like broke boy behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if you broke, just say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this generation different.
Right.
Yeah, bully can get bullied.
Right.
You're like, damn, all these people ganged up on me. I'm trying to get money from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this generation don't have to really fall into peer pressure.
Right.
So for it to fall into peer pressure is weird. You need to fall into the pressure of what your parents give. You need parent pressure,
Right.
not peer pressure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So from there, let's go to stay in the Apocrypha. Let's get Tobit chapter 4. All right. Love will gain the same respect, and you don't need to scare them. What's the truest Bible to read? Now that is a question I'll answer. You want to read the King James Version, all right? Specifically, this is a 1611 edition, but no matter what, you want a King James edition of the Bible. All right. Love will gain the same respect, and you don't need to scare them. What is this? What's the scripture say about? Where's that in the Proverbs about sparing a rod? If you spare the rod, you spoil your child. But I want to get it specifically. It might be in Proverbs. Man, I need my sources. And let me tell you this: nobody's talking about beating children. All right. But what you can't do is act like not disciplining your children is going to do them any good. Plus, you don't know what love is, right? Fear is religious. How would I describe that?
Fear is religion.
Yeah.
Fear is wisdom.
Right. Yeah, exactly. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Like, man.
You understand?
But even if a person don't even know the Lord, like fear is wisdom. Like if you go out and put yourself in a position to where something can harm you and you don't fear it, you are a dumbass.
That's
like
right.
It just don't make sense to not fear anything.
Exactly.
Even men that claim to be fearless, especially street niggas.
Right.
Oh yeah, they scared to go to jail for sure. That's why they run from the damn police.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of brothers won't get a damn job for the fear of having to pay child support.
Right, exactly.
And everybody fears everything.
That's right.
Being a president, he fears going to war. You understand?
Exactly.
Everybody fears. If you say fear is religion, man,
religious.
Well, fear is look, when you was a kid, if you had strict parents, you feared to get your ass whooped by not listening to them. Probably feared flung in the grave and get laughed at by all your peers.
Right.
You fear.
Right. Your God doesn't want to be feared. You want your children to love you because they want to, not because of fear. So again, you're speaking about child abuse. We're not talking about child abuse. I can't find it off the top, right? But if you don't spank your child, they're not gonna. Okay. Listen, I'd rather spank my children than the police to spank my children. Right. There's gonna be that's a totally different spanking right there. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? The police is gonna spank my child with a billy club. Right. With a gun, with a taser. Right. It's 1,000 volts or however many watts is in that tape. That's what he gonna feel. You know what I'm saying? But if the first person to ever police my children is me, it's gonna be with love. Right. Hey man, don't do that. Gotta stop doing it. Why? Not only because I'm telling him, because I am no longer a child. I think like a man. Exactly. And I know out in the streets, they don't care if you got ADHD. They don't care if you bipolar. The police don't care if you have autism. How many children, how many black men, what is Elijah McClain? The brother told the police, I have issues. I'm not all there. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't fighting. They tased him to death. And then they overdosed him with an adrenaline shot. I don't remember all of the case per se. And he died from them putting his brain in a frenzy, taking him down to the ground forcefully, tasing him, and then turning around and injecting him with a deadly amount of a drug. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to be the first time my son gets disciplined. Elijah McClain was my brother. You know what I'm saying? And if he was my brother, we came from the same mother, I would school him.
Right.
If he was my son, I'm not gonna spare the rod on him because I know out in them streets they'll kill him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all of this stuff that you're talking about is trash because you're probably Caucasian. And Caucasian people don't understand what black people go through. You understand?
And if I may too, sir, a lot of Caucasian people, they don't discipline their children.
Come
And this is why you got school shooters.
Come on.
This is why you have little Jimmy or little Byron. He always got his way.
Yeah.
And one day he didn't get his way, he snapped on the whole goddamn school.
Yeah.
And now you got Columbine.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You got,
Yes.
That's a lot, sir. How you?
Man. Not only are we just two different, like the scriptures say, two nations are in our womb. We are a totally different people. I didn't need all of that to figure things out, you know what I'm saying? But they have guns and gun ranges and they have big backyards. They kill insects with magnifiers, deers with rifles, pellet guns, and all this stuff. Like that's their life. So taking a human's life, it means nothing to them if they don't get their way. And what's wild is we know that. There's this dude named Long Beach Griffey. I was watching a video he did. He's like, when you're a black dude and you go to your white friend's house.
Oh, okay.
And his mom told him, you need to clean your room.
Yeah.
You've got 2 weeks. And then he turned around and was like, I can't even repeat all the language he was saying. But ultimately, the little devil went out and said, I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. So he went out. His mom was like, what are you doing with Dad's handgun? And he said, because the shotgun only gets 9 damage. And then bow, 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 bow. But that's as funny as it is.
It's true.
That's why you have shows called Dahmer.
Right.
That's why the Iceman is a Caucasian murderer. That's why come on.
I read the whole book. Ooh, that boy was cold.
Yeah.
He was missing. I forgot about that. I read that whole book.
Come on, man. That's why you got the Zodiac killer.
Him too.
Come on, man. Like it's there. That's why it's not us.
And they had no fear of their parents.
No.
So they don't fear.
They became sociopaths.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Black people, we don't.
Right.
Because we're not like our oppressor.
Right. You know
what I'm saying? So I can't find the scripture that I'm looking for, but what y'all talking about is feelings. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about feelings, whereas I'm not talking about feelings. I'm talking about raising an upright citizen, a man of God, a daughter of Zion. All right. So again, let's go to Tobit in the Apocrypha, chapter 4, and verse 3 through 5.
Oh, God.
When you got to go ahead. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you got to go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of Tobit, chapter 4, and verse 3. And when he had called him, he said, my son, when I am dead, bury me, and despise not thy mother, but honor her all the days of thy life.
This brother was like, look, if I die before your mother, bury me and don't dishonor your mother all the days of your life. Meaning, don't become a different man now that I'm not here, right? And as a father, I know what that's like. When I go to work, I tell my son, like, you gotta help your mom. Help your mom with your brothers, man. You the oldest kid here. You're the big man here when I'm gone.
Right.
Like when I'm not here, don't be like, I'm gonna treat mom like S. Treat her like she's your mother and she weans you and she taught you and she gives you.
Right.
Don't be a punk and be like, oh, I'm just step over and run over mom. And that's what he's telling his son right here. Like, look, when I'm gone, bury me and treat your mom with kindness. Go ahead.
and do that which shall please her and grieve her not.
You understand? Help her out, man. Don't lead a lifestyle that's gonna make her be like, oh my God, this is the big one. I'm about to have a heart attack. I'm coming to see you, George, because this boy that you left behind is just this daughter. Oh my gosh, she got an OnlyFans. Oh my gosh, that is not how I raised her. I trained her up a certain way, and she's departed from it. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Oh God, verse 4. Slightly. Remember, my son, that she saw many dangers for thee
Yeah.
when thou was in her womb, and when she is dead, bury her by me in one grave.
Meaning and you look at today's life, like to be born, to make it through 10 or 9 to 10 months, or in a premature baby situation, 4 to 5 months. You know what I'm saying? She went through many dangers, man. In 2023, she had to fight going to an abortion clinic.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like she had to fight the desire to spend money and maybe get a little bit of money. I don't know how much they got to give, $50 or $500 or something like that, whatever. But she fought that desire. You understand? And she had you and raised you. And if you was a big baby, she got a C-section scar from having you, man. Don't despise her. And when she dies, bury her next to me.
Oh God, verse 5. My son, be mindful of the Lord our God all thy days, and let not thy will be set to sin.
Do what?
Let not thy will be set to sin.
Don't want to sin. Don't be like, ooh, both my parents is dead. I'm like Kanye West did. Kanye West had a sister before his mama died. Once she died, oh, he went white.
Right.
Yeah, look at him now, man. Who give a damn about him now? He just destroyed because he didn't go the way of his parents. And let me tell every brother, every sister on planet Earth, if you are a Black, Latino, or Native, whether your father is in your life or not, you better honor that brother. You better thank him for being Black, Latino, or Native because he is the reason you are God's chosen seed. You understand? If he was any other nation, the Bible would have nothing to do with you. Salvation would have nothing to do with you. The kingdom of heaven would have nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? So don't honor your parents with a Mother's Day card and a Father's Day card. Honor your parents by when they get old, you understand? You just take care of them like they took care of you, right? Now mine, they didn't really take care of me. But when it's all said and done, I still got to do the right thing. But you ultimately with your father, man, be thankful he's a nigga. Be thankful he's a spick. Be thankful he's a red-skinned savage because those are God's chosen people.
Yeah, right.
All right, keep going.
Oh God.
We said in verse 5.
The middle of verse 5.
Keep going.
Or to transgress his commandments. Do uprightly all thy life long, and follow not the ways of the unrighteous.
You understand? You don't want to follow unrighteous ways. All your days, you want to fear the Lord and keep his commandments. All right. Don't set your mind to sin and transgress the laws.
Right.
All right. You say God's chosen, no fear. Your name is Mike Connor Jr. What's your ethnicity? Because that name in America, it screams caveman,
exactly.
Neanderthal.
Yep.
What's the other one they got? No. What's the one? Is it Neanderthal?
Neanderthal, caveman.
The other one. It starts with not Caucasoid. Damn, I can't remember the other one. They got the other scientific term. Dad's Irish. All right. Well, you know what? I ain't even got to worry about it. You know what? The Irish went through something, man. I hear that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all went through an indentured servitude that was horrible, man. They had to come to America. They was Caucasian themselves, and they had to serve other Caucasians, man. Like that's some wild stuff, you know. And I could bet that they treated you poorly, your ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? You should.
And if I may too, sir, I ain't finna let the Irish boy get away with it.
Wait a minute. He let him stay. Let him stay. Let him stay. It's good.
Because I know he knows in the Caribbean islands.
Oh, okay.
The Irish, they had a lot to do with slavery on
very
the
true.
Caribbean islands.
That's very true.
I posted this was probably, I can't wait till that pop up. It should be coming up real soon. I posted an article about that.
He said he agrees. White said, give Mike Connor Jr. Mike Connor raised a good son. Well, Junior, if you want to go to isubk.com, man, when you click on the website, it's going to say pay your tithes and donations. Just go there and just dump all the money in your bank account, man. That's how you really show that your people were bad. Yeah, no, I mean that's why the Jamaican tongue sounds like Irish. It ain't no accident.
Right. Like when they speak English, it's kind of like a broken English.
Yeah.
Like,
All right, from there, let's drop down to verse 12. So this is a father telling his son how to be. I'm pretty sure Mike Connor's father, Mike Connor Sr., taught Mike Connor Jr. what type of man he should be. And Tobit's father, Tobit is telling his son Tobias what type of man he needs to be. He said, look, when I die, don't treat your mom poorly, man. If she dies, bury her right next to me. Now, this is what you need to do with your life, with your choices, and who you have sex with. Keep going.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4, and verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy father, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe.
That's the most important. Who you lay with is so important. It's the type of thing that you wake up in the truth one day and be like, oh man, I'm so glad I didn't choose outside of my nation, man.
Yeah, right, sir.
You understand? I think was it one of the generals that said it? Yeah, General Hyman said just because you're a black woman that sleeps with your oppressor or the other oppressors, Asians, Africans, that doesn't mean you're not racist. And it doesn't mean that they're not racist.
Right.
A black woman that sleeps with a Caucasian, that doesn't mean she likes white people.
Right.
And a Caucasian man that sleeps with a black woman doesn't mean he don't like black people.
I don't know.
And vice versa with the male and the females switching around. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean you're not racist. It just means that you're going to defend that other race if you're offended by something that you find offensive towards them. But it doesn't stop a Caucasian from calling his white woman an N-word.
Right.
Doesn't stop a Caucasian woman from calling her black man an N-word.
Look, if I may, sir, it's a movie. It's a kind of old movie called. What was that movie called? A Bronx Tale. You remember that movie? Do you remember? I know you remember that movie, sir.
That part with the locking the door part.
Right.
Oh man.
No, look, but the part that I was gonna get to, the sister.
Yeah, she was fine.
She was fine as hell. Anyway, right? The brother was a part of,
real quick.
Go ahead, sir.
We must forgive what the whites did. We are going to forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to forgive you with 1,000 years of slavery.
Exactly.
They made our grandmas pick 500 pounds of cotton, 1,000 pounds of cotton per day. There's going to be forgiveness for the sins of our oppressors.
Right.
And the only way you can forgive those sins is to balance the weight, right? So this is y'all had us in slavery. This is us being slaves. So the only way to fix that scale is you got to put the weight other way. Because guess what? It'll balance out.
Right.
That's how you get forgiveness. That's how you get forgiveness. So that's a very good point. Go ahead and make go ahead.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say was, right, like how you just brought up. It don't mean that, okay, since this oppressor is dealing with a black woman that he's
because he was whooping, because he was a killer. The dude that she was with, right?
No, he was the young Italian dude that just worked for the mob.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And what happened was her brother, he was at odds with the Italians.
Yeah.
And
I ain't seen that
he found out that she was dealing with the Italian dude. So I guess the brother and the Italian dude had words. So the Italian dude got so frustrated, he called her brother a nigga in front of her face. And he looked at his sister like, see?
Yeah, I remember that part.
She just looked at him like, damn, I didn't even see it. That ultimately killed the whole relationship. Like she had to come to reality. Like,
this ain't gonna work.
He do hate me. He do hate us. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, yeah, it's that, you know, and as a parent, I'll chastise my children so they don't have to ever feel that feeling. You can rebel all you want, but guess what? You're gonna be pricked when what I say comes to pass. Oh, my dad told me this was gonna happen, and I told him you was different. Nah, all the same.
Right, just like that other point, sir. The football player, he was an Edomite. He was dealing with a sister, and he ended up being very evil towards her and physically putting his hands on her and trying to treat her like she was a slave. I forget the Edomite now. I believe he played for San Francisco 49. This was probably like a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she found out the hard way.
Everybody finds the hard way. Let me see. Do you believe America is Israel and all the lands in the Bible? No. America is the land in which no man dwelt, known as Osireth in the Apocrypha. Second Ezra chapter 13, read around verse 40 through 45. Because I do, and I can't find many people to talk to about it. Yeah, you should. I can't tell by your little picture what your ethnicity is, but if you're a Black Latino native, what you want to do is go to isupk.com. We have a very interactive website right now. You can watch a whole bunch of our old videos and our current videos, man. You can get really educated until you're able to actually come to class. If you're Caucasian, you can also go to the same website and just give all your money. Give it all to Commanding General Yohana so that he can pay Black people's rent, pay their light bills, pay their water bills, fund the farm that we got in not South America, in the South of North America. Like we could do a lot of things with your money, with your Bitcoin money. Turn your Bitcoins into cash. You know what I'm saying? Get it transferred, all your stocks, all that type of stuff. All right. So let's keep going with verse 12.
Don't count, sir.
Just start at the top.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe, for we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land.
So what you guys are talking about and what the scripture just did was segregation.
Right.
This was talking about not going outside of your people. No, there's no such thing as a Caucasian Jew. Caucasians are not Jews. All right, the Jews are Blacks, Latinos. All right. We do actually like Caucasians. We don't have a problem with Caucasians. This is your kingdom. The way y'all live, you should enjoy it. I like how y'all enjoy y'all kingdom. Y'all treat people however y'all want to treat people. You do whatever you want to do. You're lawless people, and I see how y'all get down. That's why when we rule, there's going to be law and order. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's cool. If you're Caucasian, you should just enjoy Caucasia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to join the black thing. The Bible is the black thing. All right. It's a Latino thing. It's a Native American thing. Stop trying to get down with it. Go draw on the caves of your house. You know what I'm saying? Do what dance do white people do? Do the mashed potato. You know what I'm saying? Do what y'all do. Don't worry about what we do.
Right.
All right. Let's keep going. Verse 15. Verse 14.
You want me to drop down to verse 14?
Shalagia. 13.
Come on, sir. Verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, in not taking a wife of them.
That's right.
For in pride is destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine. It is very lewd to get with a woman outside of your nation. So black man, Latino man, Native man, if you already have a woman of another nation, don't leave her. Love her. If you have children with her, those children are Israelites, and that's their mother. You should love her, love them, take care of them as you already have. A man can have more than one wife, though. All right? You want to get some reconciliation? You understand? You want to get some reconciliation? You want to fix the problems? Get you a black woman, get you a Latin woman, get you a Native woman, man. Fix that feeling of that hole that's in your spirit of, damn, I got this heathen. You could fix it with the Israelite woman. Right.
Love that heathen woman you got before you came in the truth and never get another one. Love all them Israelite women you take after her. You understand that? It's as simple as that.
And if I may, sir, that heathen woman, she can't come here.
Nah.
But them sisters can.
That's right.
And them blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, oh yeah. They can come in here with their dresses on, they head wrapped for 10 class, you know what I'm saying? Shalom, sir, all that good stuff. That heathen woman, she can't even look at the damn door.
You know what I'm trying to say? And the beautiful thing about that too is you can, if I had a heathen woman, I would still educate her. I don't want her to be stupid. You know what I'm saying? I still was like, yeah, this is future, this is truth. And I would still make her get all that money from her people.
Right.
Oh yeah, you a white woman? Ooh, we about to make money. You about to get all that money from that job. You about to go to the top. You about to be the VP, if not the president of that company, CEO, COO, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get all that money and you're going to give it to me so that I can serve my nation. And you gotta give it a ride. So she gonna listen. She's like, Khan, Khan, I don't want Khan. You know what I'm saying? And she gonna do her job as she should. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing about the Bible is telling you to forsake things you did in the world. Just like Moses had an Ethiopian woman. Moses was what you would call a Haitian, and this Ethiopian was not an Israelite. But the Lord didn't tell him to get rid of her. The Lord said, you better circumcise that little boy that you had. You understand? To hell with that Ethiopian woman, what she feel. That's why she called him a bloody man. Because no matter what, she had to circumcise that boy. But when Miriam and Aaron tried to speak against it, they got Miriam got leprosy because she opened her damn mouth. You understand? So, not telling you to forsake what you did before in the truth. We're telling you what to do now that you're learning the truth. Keep going. Oh, no, that's it. So from there, let's get Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9. And then we're going to do 25. Time we looking at 8:48. Okay. We could get through all of this. We will end class at 9:30. All right, Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9 and verse 25.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but Yahweh direct his steps.
You understand? A man with his mind, he determines what he should do with his life. You know what I'm saying? A man says with his mind, like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is the man I want to be. This is what I want to do in life. But the Lord, he orders your steps. You may want to go to the left. The Lord is still going to guide you to the right. And it's specifically a brother that comes into the truth, trust me, it don't matter if you come into the truth born, if you come into truth as an adult, middle age, elderly. The Lord walks you all the way to the left just to bring you back to the right.
Right.
You understand? So you thought you was about to be the greatest pimp, that one pimp dude that be rapping. My name is this, man. You thought you was gonna be him.
Right.
No, you're gonna be an old man with gray hairs, and you're gonna serve the Lord. You're gonna do the prayers. You're gonna keep your culture. You know what I'm saying? Drop down to verse 25.
Verse 25. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
That's why you want the Lord to guide your steps, because the way you think you're gonna go to life is really you about to jump off a cliff.
Right.
You about to fall off a cliff. You about to fall into a trap. You about to be like it's basically predators around you. You know what I'm saying? You think you about to beat them. You're nothing to them. You about to fall in one of their basic traps. You know what I'm saying? That's why you want the Lord to guide you into the truth. You don't want your path, all right? Everybody can't be, I won't even say that. Okay, I'll say that. Everybody can't be Nipsey Hussle. But look what happened to Nipsey Hussle. It didn't end well for him.
Right.
Everybody can't be the Jacker. Oh, but look what happened to the Jacker. Everybody can't be Mac Dre. Oh, but look what happened to Mac Dre.
Right.
It may seem wise unto you, but the end thereof are the ways of death. You want the Lord to direct your steps.
Right. And if I may too, sir, like as far as like no real spiritual guidance, of course, outside of the in a black community. This is the reason why we look up to brothers like Nipsey Hussle and Dre and Jack, because it seems like, okay, this brother's successful.
Exactly.
You understand? He got something going on to where he's looked at as a success story, or as he made it. You understand? But absolutely, if you don't follow the Lord in the ways that's coming to you, it's death.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it comes in different forms. Like, I think the worst thing about Mac Dre's death is his first song, For My Niggas.
Right.
He said, "Why you making raps, playing your heart out? Niggas is plotting on taking your heart out."
Right.
Whole time it was happening. Based on the story that I heard, he was coming back from out of state and got into like a shootout on the freeway or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's cool, but it died.
Yeah.
Mac Dre Day is over. Even if I remember when he was murdered, and KML was making a big deal about it.
Yeah, I remember the same exact day.
You know,
I never listened to Mac Dre before he died.
I listened to him like shortly before he died.
Me being from Oakland, I thought Mac Dre was bullshit. Like get stupid. This man. What the hell are you talking about? Right. But then after he died, I got to listen to his music. I'm like, okay, this nigga was actually talented as far as, outside of being I thought he was just some goofy rapper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Outside of that, I'm like, okay, this brother really has talent. Yeah. And I see why he has a cult following. Yeah. And then on top of me actually seeing what type of lifestyle he lived after he died, and he was literally looked at as a success story as far as Bay Area rappers and being independent.
Yeah. Hey, the Bay is known for independence.
He was
him and E40.
Right.
And
you can't even say E40 because E40 had a major record label.
Really?
He signed with Jive Records.
I didn't.
In the early 90s.
I didn't even when he did One Love?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, he was signed to Jive.
Damn.
They signed him for a cheap deal back then. Like he got millions.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? As a signing bonus, he got like $3 million. But you're right, the independent is what got him to that point. But Mac Dre never signed to a major record label. So for him to, have all the materialistic things that he had, and brothers to be looking up, and then Mac Dre was very tangible. Yeah. He you was walking the liquor store, and right there.
Right.
Like,
right up in the crest and shit
yeah,
like
you
that.
walk
Yeah.
right outside, got a nice car, you know what I'm saying? Some pretty women that he deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get this one. Somebody says the word says there is no difference between Jew and Gentile. All right. Oh, Most High in Christ. Looking out, yeah. You know, a brother in the school, he made the shield for me.
Most High in Christ, Most High in Christ, man.
I believe that's Galatians. Need my stuff to get it properly. There's no difference between Jew or Greek. Galatians chapter 4, if I'm not mistaken. A Jew is someone who practices Judaism and considers Jewish. No, that's not what a Jew is. A Jew is short for the word Judah. Judah was one of the 12 sons of our forefather Israel or Jacob. Judaism is a religion. You understand? Yes, we are blacks, Latinos, and natives make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Let me get this in Galatians. It might be
Galatians 3.
Yeah.
28.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 3, and verse 28.
Mhm.
There is neither Jew nor Greek.
There is neither Jew nor Greek. Go ahead.
There is neither bond nor free.
So this is the part that nobody considers that part, the bond or free. Keep going.
There is neither male nor female.
Let me slide. Have you asked the Native Americans their opinion on this? So again, and we're gonna get right back to that. Y'all you have to read it in the Bible. It tells you how the Native Americans got to America. So they don't have a choice in it. They're Israelites, just like I'm an Israelite, whether I like it or not. Keep going. So there's neither Jew nor Greek, bond nor free.
There is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Christ Jesus.
So what you have to understand, Jew is someone born in the land, and Greek is an Israelite born outside of the land. That's all. It's not special. Male, there's what it say after that? Bond or free. What is a bond? Somebody that's bound by a slavery, or someone who doesn't have to work a slavery to make a living. Male or female, whether you're male born or female born, it doesn't matter if you're an Israelite. We're all one in Christ. And who did Christ say he was sent? He said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's Matthew chapter 15, 24. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? The beautiful thing about the Bible is you ain't got to like, you don't have to agree. You don't have to agree with anything I'm saying, man. Because look, when Christ comes back, I'll ask y'all a trivia question. How many angels gonna come back when Christ comes back? I bet none of y'all have ever heard that. How many angels are going to be with Christ when he comes back? You damn right Amalek is at it again. So Jewish devils, they mad because they speak Yiddish. They mad because they speak Assyrian Hebrew. They don't know the Paleo or the ancient Hebrew.
Right.
All right. So boom. Let's go to Second Chronicles. Let's go to Second Chronicles chapter 7, verse 12. Second Chronicles chapter 1, verse 7 through 12. Old Testament, Second Chronicles
chapter
1 and verse 7 through. Let you read through this because we're gonna absolutely run out of time if I keep cutting it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Second Chronicles, chapter 1 and verse 7. In that night did God appear unto Solomon and
Salaki. None of us are late on our child support. We're fathers. We take care of children.
They on your elder.
But that's wild though. Why is that considered a thing? Why would you?
If I may, sir, that's racist.
That's
right there.
Yeah.
Like they proven that they.
That's prejudice.
That too, but they proven that they hate black men. Right there in that comment. Are we late on our child support? Come on.
My woman wouldn't think of taking my kids from me.
Absolutely.
She already know the dark skin to come out of me.
It's a lie here.
I mean, like, oh, I go ultra instinct on her.
Right.
Yeah, what you not about to live if you think you about to separate me from my kids or you, woman.
Right.
And not in an Ike and Tina way. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm your only salvation. You should. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, sorry. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 1 and verse 7. In that night did God appear unto Abraham and said unto him,
Salakia. Read it again.
verse, sir?
Solomon. 2 Chronicles chapter 1, verse 7.
In that night did God appear unto Solomon and said unto him, ask what I shall give thee. And Solomon said unto God, thou hast shown great mercy unto David my father, and hast made me to reign in his stead. Now, O Yahweh, God, let thy promise unto David my father be established. For thou hast made me king over a people like the dust of the earth in multitude. Give me now wisdom and knowledge that I may go out and come in before this people. For who can judge thy people that is so great? And God said unto Solomon, because this was in thine heart, and thou hast not asked riches, wealth, or honor, nor the life of thy enemies, neither yet hast thou asked long life, but hast asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge my people over whom I have made thee king.
So it was a Jacob Muslim? It don't matter. He could have been a Christian pastor. Mace became a Christian pastor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't, if you were in a religion, it don't matter what you do. But Solomon here, he not in a religion. That's what I don't understand, what people don't hear when you read the Bible. There is no religion. He's literally praying to the Lord.
Right.
And the Lord is answering his prayers saying, look, what you want? He said, look, just give me wisdom. He said, damn, you different. Because you didn't ask for long life or money.
You didn't even ask to kill your enemies.
Come on. You asked for wisdom to lead your people. Keep going.
Okay, sir. Verse 12. Wisdom and knowledge is granted unto thee, and I will give thee riches and wealth and honor, such as none of the kings have had such as none of the kings have had that have had been before thee. Neither shall there any after thee have thee like.
You understand? Like Solomon was the wisest black man on planet Earth before Christ. Now let me ask the Christian a question real quick. Solomon was the wisest man to live before Christ. Who was Christ? Boom, boom. Does anybody know who Christ was? Nobody knows who Christ was. And if you want to find out if you're Black, Latino, or Native, you need to come into the school. Understand? So the Lord granted Solomon exactly what he wanted, to serve his people. Because he said, you was good to my father David.
Right.
You understand? David raised a avenger, one like unto himself. He raised a man. You understand? That's what we do in the UPK, man. We build men. Now, let me tell you, let me give you an example. Oh, wait a minute. 1 second. Are you one of the 144,000 being saved during the rapture? Oh gosh, come on. Andrew Lucas. Look up the word rap. Alexa. Somebody unplug the Alexa. Hey Alexa, what is the definition of rapture?
As a noun, rapture is usually defined as ecstatic joy or delight, joyful ecstasy. As a verb, rapture is usually defined as to enrapture. For more, Ask me to give you more definitions for rapture.
Give me more definitions of rapture. Oh, you bitch. So it's a joyful exclamation. It's a feeling. Rapture is not what you think it is. All right. And the 144,000, are you 100%? That's another breakdown, but you can read that. Let me get it for you just so if you want to read it on your own. You go to Revelations chapter 7, if I'm not mistaken. Salakia. Revelation, excuse me. Jesus Christ, page. Built. Chapter. No, it's before that. No. Revelation chapter 7. You want to read verse 4 through verse 8. All right. It'll tell you who the. Come on, Solomon wasn't black. Soups and soup sandwich.
They said Solomon wasn't black. No,
Go ahead, yeah, get it. And good looking out TikTok, as well as everybody on social media outside of TikTok. TikTok is going crazy, man. They are unlearned as I don't know what. Shout out to TikTok. We got 105 people on here right now. Shout out to TikTok for keeping it copacetic, man. Apparently, I haven't gone too far with my language.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not hard to do. I mean, that's not easy to do. All right. So for soup sandwich, maybe you a black person that's just trying to set us up to make us look intelligent. I give you that. Go ahead.
Ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
This is the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black, but comely.
What is Solomon? What is this? What is the book called?
Song of Solomon. The Song of Solomon.
This is Solomon speak.
Let me read verse 1.
Go ahead.
This is the book, Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 1. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon.
Oh, Solomon's song. So the things that we're hearing is Solomon, and for a further breakdown, is Solomon and his wives. All right.
Yeah, sir.
Keep going.
Absolutely. This is the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1, jumping down to verse 5. I am black.
What did he say?
I am black.
Is he black?
I am black.
I'm black. Do I look black? I do. I'm brown skinned. Right. Solomon said, I am black. Keep going.
Okay. But comely.
And I look good.
Right.
Keep going.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem.
Moab.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem.
Ham.
Daughters of Jerusalem.
Esau.
Of Jerusalem.
Moab.
Of Jerusalem.
Ammon.
Of Jerusalem.
Japheth.
Of Jerusalem.
He wasn't talking to no other nation women. He was talking to blacks, Latino, and Native women, who back then would have been known as Judites, Benjamites, Issacharites, Levites, Gadites, Reubenites, Zebulonites, Ephraimites. You know what I'm saying? He would have been talking to his women in their tongue, knowing who they were. Black, Latino, and Native today is just to let you know who exactly we're talking about. All right, Solomon was absolutely black. Maybe, oh damn, y'all been talking after that. What is on your neck? It's the shield of David. This is actually ancient Hebrew. Spreading hate. We're not spreading hate. It's not even possible. All of this is about building men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We spread history.
History, man. Y'all saying stuff, we answer. All right. So from there, we was at 2nd Chronicles. Let's go to Luke chapter 2, verse 49. Ooh, the New Testament. Again, I'm going to read Luke chapter 2, verse 49 and verse 52. All right. That, sir, is the Star of Remphan, not the Star of David. Well, let's go there and deal with that first. I think that's in Amos, right? Damn it. Yeah, where he talks about Remphan and Moloch.
Oh, the Star of Remphan.
Yeah, the Star of Remphan. So, Solomon was 100% Eritrean. He was not. He was a Judite. His father was David. David was of the seed of Judah. Boaz was his great grandfather. Jesse was David's father. Come on, man. Damn, what is that?
The Eritreans come from Cush, which
Yeah,
is the
come.
son of Ham.
Come on, man.
We don't even come from the same forefather out of Noah's son.
Come on.
You got Ham, Shem, and Japheth.
Yeah.
Abraham was a son of, what was his father's name? Terah, I believe.
Yeah.
And his father, his forefather, was Shem.
Yeah.
Not Ham. Salaki.
It's all right because, like we said at the beginning of the class, they call themselves Christians, but they think like children.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
What is that? I think it's Amos. Damn, which one talks about that? I have to end one of these feeds to do that to get it off the top. But nonetheless, a star is what. Just look at the Oscars. I'm gonna just to hell with finding that. Go look at the Oscars. Will Smith. What is Will Smith? He's the star of the Film Actors Guild.
Right.
You understand? Chris Rock is the star of the Film Actors Guild. Mm-hmm. All of these, they're stars. Angela Baskett. She's a star of the film. She's a star. A star is it's an icon.
Right. They got Hollywood stars.
Hollywood stars on the damn ground.
With people.
Yeah, that's not a star. That's Hebrew. What you're looking at right here is a die and an inverted die. A die and a die, which is da David. All right. Name means friend or uncle. But the shield of David is not a star. It's Hebrew. All right. You're not Native Americans and you're not Israelites. You're a basketball. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. Let's go to Luke chapter 2, verse 49.
The book of Luke, chapter 2, verse, you said 49.
Yep, that's what.
And he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me?
Who is the he?
This is Christ, people.
Christ, a brother. He said, how is it that you sought me? Go ahead.
Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business?
This was a boy. How old was Christ at this point? Like 12?
Oh, 12.
You know what I'm saying? I think it give his age. Verse 42. Read verse 42.
Come on, sir. Luke, the second chapter, 42nd verse.
Read verse 40. Let's do 40.
Come on. Start at verse 40. And the child grew and was waxed strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of the Most High was upon him. Mm-hmm. Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover.
Oh, the feast of the Passover, man. April 1st, Raleigh, North Carolina, man. Hold on. Wait a minute. We're not the purple LGBTQIA plus community. Don't ever do that, man. We are the original Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, man. Right. Don't ever mix us up. That's slander. You speaking against the Holy Spirit when you talk like that. Don't do that. Right. You worthy of hellfire and damnation. All right. So Christ, you understand, his family, they went up to the Passover, man, which is what we're doing April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Raleigh Convention Center, man. We're gonna get it on for the Most High, man. And it's a beautiful thing, man. We're going to put blood on the seal of the opening of where we're at. Blood, lamb's blood.
Right.
And we're gonna take pictures in front of it, man. We're gonna get some protection for us, for our household, man. We serving the Lord. We serious about this, man. Y'all Christians aren't serious. Y'all children. We are grown men and women about this. All right, keep going.
Okay, verse 42. And when he was 12 years old.
How old was he?
12 years old.
That was a young boy. That's when you can become a trooper in the UPK.
Right.
Your son is 12. I got a 12-year-old right now. You know what I'm saying? If he got the right mind, he can come in here and start serving the Lord. Go ahead.
And they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast.
Keep going.
Verse 43.
Salaki. Drop that. And let's go back down to 49.
Okay. long time. And he said unto them, so like Luke the 2nd chapter, the 49th verse. And he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Wish ye not that I must be about my father's business?
Good night. Like Christ he talked to Mary like that. He's like, what y'all talking about? Y'all been looking for me for the past 3 days. I don't know, I'm here to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and save my nation from their sins.
Right.
Like that's what he meant when he said he was about his father's business, man. We were so destroyed at that point, man. We couldn't do anything without a savior, without a Christ, which means anointed, without a Yahushua, which means the savior. You understand? Christ was the anointed savior. He was the brother that was going to do the thing that all of us and our forefathers failed at doing. You understand? He wasn't special. He made himself lower than an angel. He came from the seed of Judah, a tribe not even spoken of in the priesthood. Yet he is under the order of Melchizedek. And I know I said a bunch of stuff that's over your head, man.
Right.
It's okay. I didn't say it like that on purpose. I'm just saying it to let you know, man. Christ was better than you. And Christ was not some white boy with flowy hair, wearing a Roman toga, putting up that's not Christ. Christ was an austere brother. He was a gordo.
Right.
You understand? He wasn't no flaca. He was the type of brother you'd be like, oh, look at that fat nigga right there. Christ, he was without form. He wasn't no bodybuilder, man. Christ was a regular looking brother until he was transfigured. They saw how he was gonna look in his pure form. And after he was killed on that cross and rose, yeah, he changed. They saw who they was really dealing with, man.
Right.
And that demon that you look at in the mirror, if you could see what that demon looked like in the fourth dimension, man, it's not a JoJo stand, man.
No, not at all.
It's weak. If you knew the demon that was controlling you, you would hate yourself for how long you've allowed it to win. You know, and the UPK, man, we just trying to teach you, train your mind so you can be worthy of the Father. So you could be neither Jew nor Greek, bond or free, male or female, but one in Christ, man. You're damn right, Bar. Give him a hand. Christ was Solomon. You're damn right. And these Christians, man, they don't know nothing about the Bible. You understand? All right. Wait, hold on. Oh gosh, you can't say nothing on TikTok. You said talking about JoJo. Hey, JoJo's a good anime, man. I saw Jesus and he's black. You didn't see Christ, but he is absolutely black. Read the Bible in Hebrew. There you go. All right. So let's keep going from there. Okay, this is just going to be a lot of reading, all right? And we're going to finish it out. We got 13 minutes. Let's go to First Maccabees, chapter 2. We're going to read verse 1 through 14 and verse 49 through 70. Then we're going to do First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 1 through 9. This is the type of father that you want to represent, and these are the type of children that type of father gets. All right? When you got it, just start reading. First Maccabees 2 and verse 1 through 14.
Okay. This is the book of First Maccabees in the Apocrypha, chapter 1 and verse 2. In those days arose, like chapter 2 and verse 1. In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Joarib, from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin. And he had 5 sons. Johanan, called Cadus, Simon, called Phasi, Judah, who was called Maccabeus.
That's right.
Eleazar, called Avaran, and Jonathan, whose surname was Aphus.
So the reason this book is called the Book of Maccabees is because of Judas, who was called Maccabeus or Maccabeus. You understand? That's where you get the Book of Maccabees from, because it's 75% of this book, these two books, is the records of the account of what he did. Keep going. Salakia, so is everyone appointed a demon? No, demons are not human. Are you reading the New Testament right now? Right now we're in the Apocrypha. God bless Israel and USA. No, God bless blacks, Latinos, and natives. Real quick, I want to read the Bible in Hebrew language. Bible isn't. Left my fucking ass off. Y'all are our words. We are not, but we're prejudiced and nationalists. All right. Can y'all give a shout out to Bertram? Been watching IHB for years now, and captioned it. Jesus Christ, that's a lie based on your screen name. Stop calling yourself Israelites. They're going to preach the Bible / Jesus. It's literally different. We're not a religion. We're not speaking religion. We're teaching blacks, Latinos, their culture. Headband, whatever. Okay, boom. Is God for children with a black father and a white mother? Yes, because those children are Israelites. Where you was your holy temple? We are the temple. That's what the Bible talks about. All right, go ahead.
Verse 6. And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, he said, woe is me. Wherefore was I born to see this misery of my people and of the holy city?
Salakia. Somebody said, you're not Native Americans and you're not Israelites, and Jesus was definitely not black. Let's get you. And then we'll get right back to that.
Absolutely.
Don't forget Hebrew, Aramaic, can you? Shalom, Yahweh, Shem, Yahshua, Shema, Yahshua, Allah, Yahweh, Allah, Yahweh, Kad. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1.
1 second. I'm white and was born in Israel, so I'm not Israeli. You're absolutely Israeli, but just because I was born in America, doesn't mean I'm not an Israelite. I could have been born in Africa. It wouldn't mean I'm not an Israelite. Could have been born in any place. You are your nationality. And every Caucasian, whether they be Russian, European, American, South African, you're all Caucasians. You're all Esau or Edomites. All right, Jesus was dark. Hippie Jesus is an American thing. You don't know what you're talking about. I need a class of 10 here in South Carolina. All right, Most High Christ, Elijah. You're actually words. Most High Christ, give Elijah. If you inbox me, I'll catch it after the class. We absolutely have a school in that area. All right. I'm gonna stop looking at these. Read that from the top.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants the things which must surely come to pass.
So the revealing of Christ, that's what revelation means, to reveal. So we're going to reveal to you what Christ looked like. Go ahead.
I'm going to jump down to verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks.
What is the 7 candlesticks? The 7 candlesticks is the menorah. In the midst of it.
One like unto the Son of Man.
I'm in the midst of the 7 candlesticks right now. See how the candlesticks is right there? And I'm behind it. That's what in the midst of it. To be among it. Go ahead.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
He had a garment that went from his shoulders all the way down to his feet. Keep going.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
But on his belt, he had a golden belt.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His head, which is hair, and his hairs, which is his beard, were white like wool. Go ahead.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
As white as snow, meaning he didn't have black hairs or brown hairs, he had white hairs, right? And what did it say? The last part?
and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Because Christ drunk wine, and also because of the fury of what he's been looking at happening to blacks, Latinos, and natives for the past 2,020 years. 23, if you want to be absolutely exact. Keep going.
Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
What is fine brass? This would be considered fine brass. And if you burn that in a furnace, it's going to be black. All right. So Christ was dark skinned. He was a Judite. Judites are the so-called Negroes. Christ was black. That's good enough. Let's get done with this class. We've been here for 2 hours and 5 minutes now. So let's keep going from where you was at. First Maccabees chapter
2 and verse 7.
Go ahead.
He said, woe is me, wherefore was I born to see this misery of my people and of the holy city, and to dwell there, when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of strangers. Her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. What nation have not had a part in her spoils? Had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils.
I mean, who ain't got money off of us and then robbed us in the end? Keep going.
All of her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman, she has become a bond slave. And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory, is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it.
Who are the Gentiles at this point? Non-Israelites.
Right.
The natives and the Latinos was already in the Americas at this point, and the few speckles of them that were still here, they knew that they was Israelites. At this point, the Gentiles, who in specifically who are the Greeks, read that in chapter 1, they have profaned our temple.
Keep going, verse 13.
Yes, sir. All the way to 14.
Verse 13. To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer? Then Mattathias and his sons rent their clothes and put on sackcloth and mourn very sore.
From there, we're going to drop down to 49. Like what their father was telling them made them feel the same pain that he felt. It was like, well, let's rip this too. Let's tear this up too, man. And another thing too, when they rent their clothes, it wasn't just wearing one thing. We wore thick layers of clothes, man. Israel was not like some Bay Area climate. You know what I'm saying? It was either hot or cold. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? We dressed for the occasion. So we were never one layer people. So when we rent our mantle, it'd be like you wearing an outer jacket, right? So you would tear that outer jacket up. But underneath it, you would still have your garment, your clothes that was still, all right? 49.
They brought also the priest garments and the first fruits and the tithes, and the Nazarites they stirred up, who had accomplished their days. Then cried they with a loud voice toward heaven, saying, what shall we do with these, and whither shall we carry them away? For thy sanctuary is trodden down and profaned, and thy priests are in heaviness and brought low. And lo, the heathen are assembled together against us to destroy us. What things they imagine against us.
Let me say something real quick. King Ty, hey, I agree with you, man. We're located in Richmond, California, 2213 McDonald Ave. You understand? If you're a Black, Latino, or Native, you can get down. Outside of that, you will never see the inside of our holy sanctuary. All right. Let me see if there's anything you're teaching. Hate in Christ's name. I'm not. Human race, good versus evil, not white versus black. Yay, we help you. You don't even know what you're talking about. Thank you. All the laughs. Happy Passover. You're the one that is going to die. What hood y'all claim? 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Let's keep going.
Okay, sir. Verse 53. How shall we be able to stand against them except thou, O God, be our help?
That's right.
Then sounded they with trumpets and cried with a loud voice. And after this, Judas ordained captains over the people, even captains over thousands and over hundreds and over 50 and over kings.
Salakia, salvation is for all people, not about skin color. Let's get John chapter 4, verse 20 or 22. Salvation is of the Jews. Right. Christ was Solomon. Yeah, I remember that one. Anything else? No. Okay, cool. Hey, shout out to the brother or the brother, sister, or the brothers or the sisters that's still on. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. You understand? We always trying to build up our pages. You understand? America on Fire on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, comment, ping, all of these. All right. Can a Mexican be a Hebrew Israelite? Latinos, specifically Mexicans, make up the tribe of Issachar. So absolutely, if your father is a so-called Mexicano, you understand, not a Spaniard, yes, you are an Israelite. Salvation is for all people, not about skin color.
What scripture?
John chapter 4.
John chapter 4.
Verse 22, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, Pastor, I got you.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the book of John chapter 4, verse 22.
What did Christ tell this heathen?
Ye worship, ye know not what.
You don't know what you worship.
We know what we worship.
Blacks, Latinos, and natives in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we know exactly what we're doing. Go ahead.
For salvation.
For what?
For salvation.
For what?
For salvation.
High Durham 17. What did it just say?
For salvation.
Who is salvation for?
Is of the Jews.
Of the Jews. It's for the Jews. For the Jews, blacks, Latinos, and natives, and it does not matter about skin color. You're right in that part. Give him a hand, because you're right. It is not about skin color, but salvation is of the Jews. All right, let's keep going with First Maccabees. Where we was at?
Verse 55.
Yeah, let's go.
And after this, Judas ordained captains over the people, even captains over thousands and over hundreds.
Judas was the son of Mattathias. He getting them in order. Go ahead.
And over 50s and over 10.
That's exactly what the Commander General Yohana has done in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
Right.
That was a tongue twister. That's what Commander General Yohana has done in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. I'm officer of 5,000. He is an officer of 500. We got officers of 1,000, 50. We got officers of not officers. We got captains of 10,000, captains of 13,000. One shield generals, all the way to 12. Commander General Yohana being the 13th shield general. We're doing nothing different than what is in the Bible.
Yeah, right.
Keep going.
Verse 56. But as for such as were building houses, or had betrothed wives, or were planting vineyards, or were fearful, those he commanded that they should return, every man to his own house according to the law.
Yeah, he did that based on how his forefathers did it. And King Samuel. Damn, why his name slipping my brain? Damn, who's the brother with the damn, they took visuals instead of tools to kill the enemy. Man, I wrote about him in a song. Damn, what is his name off the top? I can't remember. I can't remember his name, but it's oh, I'm so mad I can't. It's in one of the Samuels. Gideon. There you go. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He got that from Gideon. You know what I'm saying? That's what Gideon did. You know what I'm saying? None of y'all had it?
Yeah, you know
what I'm saying? None of y'all say Gideon? Who said Gideon? And none of y'all say Gideon because y'all don't know the damn Bible. All right?
Don't know Hebrew.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Keep going.
Okay, sir. Verse 57. So the camp removed and pitched upon the south side of Emmaus. And Judas said, arm yourselves and be valiant men.
This Mattathias' son speaking. He's an avenger for his father who's about to die.
Right.
Go ahead.
And see that ye be in readiness against the morning.
Talking to his father's friends. Keep going.
That ye fight with these nations that are assembled together, that are assembled together against us to destroy us and our sanctuary.
Damn. He was like, we're going to fight for our people, for our nation, and for our sanctuary. Go ahead.
For it is better for us to die in battle than to behold the calamities of our people and our sanctuary.
I mean, I'd rather fight than live.
Right.
To see these heathens destroy what our fathers built and worked so hard to build. Go ahead.
Die like a man,
you know what I'm saying?
Like a coward.
Damn right. Absolutely.
Nevertheless, as the will of God is in heaven, so let him do.
Meaning if we win, we win. But if the Lord say we lose, that's what it's going to be. Let's get these last 9 verses. First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 1 through 9.
Okay.
This is the beauty of it. So like it.
Okay, 3, 1 through 9.
Hold on. No. Yeah, matter of fact, yep. Let's go. I don't know how that worked. How the hell did that work? it said 2 when I was reading out of the whatever. All right, it worked in the end. Go ahead. Chapter 3, verse 1.
Absolutely worked.
Right.
Okay. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 1. Then his son Judas, called Maccabeus, rose up in his stead, and all his brethren helped him, and so did they that helped with his father. And they fought with cheerfulness the battle of Israel.
Right.
So he gave his people great honor and put on a breastplate as a giant and girt his warlike harness about him, and he made battles.
No, you know what? That was wrong. It's okay. It's okay, because I did say 2 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 49 through 70. I knew something was off. It's okay. It's all gravy, because it's all good. Because what happened in 49 through 70, he gave his sons the history on why they should be the way they are, why they should fight. Verse 70 says, and he died in the 146th year, and his sons buried him in the sepulchre of his father at Modin, and all Israel made great lamentations for him. So 49 through yeah, it was good. It was good. But somehow, some way, those was right on point. Most High in Christ.
That was absolutely the Lord.
Yeah, right. The beginning of that chapter. Let's read 1 through 9, and we done.
3, 1 through 9.
Yes, sir.
From the top.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, so we about to be done.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 1. Then his son Judas, called Maccabeus, rose up in his stead, and all his brethren helped him, and so did all they that held with his father, and they fought with cheerfulness the battle of Israel. So he gave his people great honor and put on a breastplate as a giant, and girt his warlike harness about him, and he made battles, protecting the host with the sword.
That's right.
In his acts, he was like a lion,
and
like a lion's whelp roaring for his prey. For he pursued the wicked and sought them out, and burnt up those that vexed his people. Wherefore the wicked shrunk for fear of him, and all the workers of iniquity were troubled, because salvation prospered in his hand. He grieved also many kings, and made Jacob glad with his acts, and his memorial is blessed forever. Moreover, he went through the cities of Judah, destroying the ungodly out of them, and turning away wrath from Israel.
That's right.
So that he renowned unto the utmost part of the earth, and he received unto him such as were ready to perish.
You understand? Like Judas, he followed after his father in the most excellent footsteps. to the point that he cleansed our nation of traitors
Right.
and anybody that was trying to turn us against the laws of the Most High. Right. So my homework to you people on TikTok that happen to linger around, read First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 49 through 70. All right. But outside of that, Mattathias, Tobit, David, these were men who raised their sons to be men. You understand? As a man, you want to raise your son to be a man. And you're going to have to fight against the society that wants him to be a transsexual. You're going to have to fight against the society that wants him to be soft. You're going to have to overcorrect. You understand? You're going to have to overcorrect your son so that he becomes a man. So that when he gets to the age in 2023, by the time, okay, mine is 12. My oldest, no, he's about to be 13. 10 years from now, it'll be 2033. By 2033, when he's in his 20s, you want him to be like my father for 20 years, 22 years, 23 years. He did everything he could to get me through some of the hardest times ever, man. Because I thought it was bad for us in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, man, that's a cakewalk.
Yeah.
That's a cakewalk.
For this shit today, she was like,
ain't no pronouns back then.
oh, yeah, no.
Pronoun was person, place, or thing when we grew up. Now, person, place, or thing, or whatever you identify yourself as.
Right. Living your truth.
Exactly. That's exactly
what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Damn right. You know what I'm saying? With that, Most High Christ. We don't live in our truth, we live in the truth. All right. So with that, to the brothers, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh. To the sisters, Shalom, Yahweh Shemal Athan, Hashem Yahweh Shai. What I said to the brothers was the Most High bless you in the name of Christ. And what I said to the sisters was the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. Shalom. Most High Christ. You know I ain't good at it. I just try.